Hey friends, it's Rick. Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to use the espresso cup die set from Pixi Just Design along with the coffee paper pad to create a fun little teacup or coffee cup gift box. You can see you can put little tea bags in it along with a lot of other stuff. So that's what we're going to make. And this version I made with the a QT paper pad. So I'm going to show you how to make this today. I will have all the supplies listed below as well. For this version, you're going to want 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 cream cardstock and 2 sheets of your patterned paper. Okay, and I will cut everything and be right back. All right, using this die, you're going to cut out 2 of these. That's what you're cutting out from your largest piece of paper. And you can actually cut those down to 5.5 by 9 inches on 2 sheets to get both of those. You're also going to need the 2 handles here. You need to cut 1 of each of those. And then you're going to cut 1 of your little hexagon and 1 of this hexagon shape. Then you're going to need 2 of this die that cuts the little slits, and then 6 of the other die right here. Okay, so that's all the parts and pieces you're going to need for your espresso cup. I found it easier to go ahead and attach your pattern papers first, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and attach those, our pattern paper with our slits. Those are going to go right over our die cut pieces with our slit. And I'm going to line those pre-scored lines up together. If you look on the pattern paper, you can see there's a score line. Okay, that's what you want to line those up. And then we're just going to go around and attach the rest of these onto each piece, each flap of our cup. And I found as long as you line it up on those score lines, you're pretty good. So I will do a couple of these with you, and then I'll do the rest of them off screen so that we can save a little bit of time and have more time with the assembly. So all we're going to do is attach this last one, and we're going to repeat the process on that second piece. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I will be right back. All right, I have both of those attached together. I did notice that I accidentally cut off a piece. So what's going to happen? Rick's going to have a chipped cup. Just for a little bit of character, and we can always add a little distress ink around it or brown ink to distress that. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and cut another piece. I'm not going to do that. All right, so now what we're going to do is on our score lines, you can see all of our little score lines. We're going to start folding those over. Just like that. And you can take your bone folder and crease that score line. Just flip each one of them over, give it a little crease. Just like so. Go ahead and do that to the other side. All right, we'll go ahead and do the rest of them. Now, this second score line right here, we're actually going to push those in. Just like that. Just kind of push it in. Flip it over, fold it down. Just flip those down. Or in. And I'm going to give those a little crease. That way, it does that. Our next little score line, we're going to go the opposite direction. So we're going to fold those back. So you want a valley and a mountain. Valley and a mountain. I'll give those a little crease. And then I'm going to repeat that to the other side. Okay, now we are going to take our little tabs here and we're just going to kind of fold those back. I'm just going to go ahead and fold all those back right there. So. And then we're going to start attaching our little tabs. Now, I found it easier to start at with the bottom tab here. Add a little liquid glue and pull that tab up behind our next flap. And just give it a couple seconds, hold it, let that glue dry. You could use score tape if you wanted to, or dry adhesive. I always find it easier to use liquid glue for something like this. So we're going to add a little glue to that tab, pull up our other side, make sure our score line is lined up, hold that for a few seconds, let that adhesive grab. And what happens is, once we get it all done, this creates the base or flute of the cup. So there's that side. Now we're going to take and kind of fold those back a little bit. We're going to add adhesive to this next little section here. And then I'm going to add that on. Just lining that up. I can take and slide in there. Add that adhesive. Hold it till it dries. Now you're going to repeat those 2 steps on our second piece. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. All right, I did go ahead and attach my 2 tabs to my 2 handles together. And I just went ahead and inserted them into the inside of one side of the ones with the slit. I just picked one and then I just pressed it into place. That way it's easier when we start to assemble the rest of it, where you're not having to stick your hand in there to try to get the little tab on. Now we're going to come in with little dots of glue on our each little section, and we can start pulling in the rest of our teacup shape. So I'm going to kind of hold those into place while that glue grabs. Once it grabs, I can move on to the next little section and add a little dot of glue and do that. I'll do that to that one. And then we'll do our last little section here. Tuck that back behind. And kind of hold it into place. All right, now we're going to attach the other side. So we're just going to take and add glue to one side. And then we will take our cup and sandwich together our 2 sides. I will hold that down there. We'll press that into place. Sandwich our little flaps together. All right, we're going to add a little bit of glue on that tab right here. And I can reach in there and manipulate that into place. We'll add glue to our next little tab here. Add a little more glue down here. Set that to on the table so that it's easier to make sure it's all nice and lined up. Grab that one. Add our little glue on these tabs. I can push that into place and make sure it's nice and lined up. Sometimes you have to kind of pinch into this to get this to line up just right. See how I'm kind of pinching right there? Sometimes you'll have to do that. And same thing on that other side. Sometimes you might have to pinch right here on that little flap to make it maneuver just right. But once you get it, it will look right. Just take your time, go easy with it. It'll work out. It all works out. And besides, remember, it's only paper. You can always start over. All right, so there is our cup. Now, for our saucer, we're going to take our score lines and we're going to kind of maneuver these around. On the side, and then this on the inside gets kind of pushed up. We're going to add liquid glue on this tiny little section right here and line that up with that other edge. That's going to be, this is the base of our saucer. We're going to add a little liquid glue to all of these little tabs. Then we're going to take our small little hexagon and we're going to try to line everything up in there. And then we can hold that into place while that glue adheres to form our saucer. And then we can take liquid glue or regular adhesive and add on our cup. Just kind of press that in with our bone folder. In our hand. All right, so there is our little espresso cup gift box. And once you get it all adhered, you can add in your favorite, a couple tea bags, some Lint's chocolates would be good, some other chocolates, add in what you want. You can even put this in a cellophane bag and tie it into a ribbon, tie a ribbon around it for a great little presentation gift. These would make great teacher's gifts or for any kind of special tea or holiday bridal shower. These would be great for a bridal shower. I have all the supplies listed below. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the one coming up over there, and I will see you over there in that video. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.